and entrepreneurship, building Africa's next-gen founder factory that equips teenagers to design, build, and launch real ventures before age 20. Over the last decade, David has launched and led ventures that connect education, innovation, and impact, including Grady High Schools, a K-12 school in Uyo, Nigeria, Dave's Shook Web Meters, a future tech and AI consulting company, Early Coding for Kids, Africa's first coding curriculum for schools, combining textbooks, teacher certification, and classroom activation bundles. Driven by the belief that Africa's greatest resource is not oil or gold, but untapped genius, David works at the intersection of education, technology, youth entrepreneurship, and thought leadership, helping redesign systems that unlock human potential. David's wealth of experience comes from his diverse educational background, including Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Master of Education in STEM Education, Doctor of Education in Organizational Change. He also holds multiple certifications in different fields, reflecting his passion for lifelong learning. Ladies and gentlemen, if those hands are not too busy, put them together as we welcome Mr. David Ogunchola to the stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Please have your seats. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm very excited to stand before you all. And just like Dr. Imbola said, it's also my first time in Ebonyi.
Oh, welcome.
Even though surprisingly, I don't live as far as Lagos. I live just a few blocks down the line in Akwa Ibom, where I've been for almost 2 decades now, over a decade and a half. And but it's been exciting. Thank you, Lady Chika, for the amazing work you're doing, and everybody. I mean, I came in here, and I was not expecting anybody to know me here, but surprisingly, some persons were actually waiting for me here. So it's good to be here. Okay, yeah. So I have slides, and I'm just going to be talking briefly over the next few minutes on the tech-driven classroom. How do we build future-ready schools for the digital age? That's what we're going to be talking about. Dr. Abimbola has already laid a fantastic foundation for what I'll be talking about. And this just builds on, I mean, what they were talking about, I have a personal manifesto, a personal 15 and 25-year mission, which was read. I want to see 100,000 children below the age of 20. 18 is actually our number as an organization, who get to launch startups and build their first startup before they turn 20. And why is that number important? In case you don't know, Africa has a median age of 19.1. You know what that means? Half of this continent is 19 years and below. Nigeria has a median age of 17. I mean, half of this country is below 17 years. When Dr. Angola said Africa does not have time to catch up, see, if Africa is going to catch up with the world, we don't have the luxury of time to wait for our children, our young people, to get to 25, 30 before they become productive. We must accelerate their productivity very early, and that's what drives what we do at Early Founders. And so, why am I very passionate about this? The 100,000 children I'm looking for in your classrooms. So if we're going to raise 100,000 founders from Africa in the next 15 years, then it means your schools must be able to raise young people who launch startups before they finish SS3. That's the goal. That's the mission. So how do we build future-ready schools in the digital age? Now, there's a little mind map somewhere there. Just put on my slides. That's okay. So classroom, future, digital age, and these are keywords there. But future is constant. We're going there. We're not there yet. The classroom, we understand. But to put it all together, I'm going to start by explaining the digital age. And to make that clear, I need to show you how the digital age came, or how did we get to what we call the digital age. So I'm going to give you a quick timeline of this. Give me the next slide. The world has not stayed static, has never stayed the same. We've always been evolving, and the world has been experiencing change. Now, look at this. The world has gone through different ages over the last maybe 2 centuries. There was a time when the entire world was driven by agriculture, and we call that the agrarian age. This was a time when success in life was a function of how many animals you had, how much farm you could run. the farmers were the wealthiest men in the world. As a matter of fact, if you can have a big farm and have plenty animals, you become the richest man. Not just as human beings, even as nations. The wealthiest nations were the nations who had figured out how to run agriculture and scale. And because agriculture at that time was driven by manual labor, people had to invent ways to run large farms and multiply labor. That's what gave rise to slave trade. People. Slavery was actually a technology to help those who had more power to multiply farm workers. Because when they took slavery, what were they taking them to? Plantations. So it was basically labor. And that's why men used to marry 30 wives and have 80 children. What do you think they were doing? It's workforce. Because the world was driven by labor and agriculture. But you see, that era did not stay permanently. We moved into the industrial age. And the industrial age was the age of first technology, the age of production and scale. Suddenly factories began to come up and technologies began to come up. And then that age made some things happen. Basically, that age did two things. First thing it did is it multiplied production. And I'll explain. Suddenly they began to build tractors. And one tractor can do what 100 farmers cannot do. Suddenly, it's no longer smart to own slaves. So in case you think that the world ended slave trade because of morality, no, technology killed it. Because why do you keep 1,000 slaves when one tractor can do what they are doing? So suddenly there was multiplication of scale, and then also it changed something. Please stay with me. We're going somewhere. Okay, just follow me, please. The second thing it did is that it created a shift in the demand for skill. Whereas agriculture age just needed labor, the industrial age needed skilled labor. Because to work in factories, you must have some basic set of skills. And so that was the age that now gave back to the need for schools. Schools were actually multiplied and created in this age because suddenly the richest men were the men who owned factories. In this age, if you own farms, you were richer. But now, if you own factories, you could multiply production. So you can hear names like John D. Rockefeller, Henry Ford, Carnegie, people that built cars, built electronics, all of those things. That was the age, and their factories needed workers. So they needed people need to be trained. This guy will run an assembly plant, and people need to be fixing tires and fixing windscreens and doing stuff. How do we get them to know how to do what they do? Let them go to school. Let's teach them basic set of skills so that when they come out, we can employ them and put them in factories. So the school system was designed as a means to create workers for the factories. That is why our schools look like factories. Have you noticed? We arrange chairs in rows. They wear uniform. We ring bell. It was basically a preconditioning to be able to come out and fit into a factory system where you are told what to do. So you went to school not to learn how to think, but to learn how to take instructions. That was why schools were built. I'm going to show you something. The men who funded the school system were the men who ran factories. And I'm going to show you in a short while. Now you see, I have a slide on that. But you see, that age didn't stay. We now move into the information age. The information age was the age at time when your success in life was a function of how much knowledge you acquired. Not just skill labor anymore. So even in the same factory, the guy who has a secondary school certificate and can fix tires, the guy who went and had a diploma and knows more than him is going to earn more. The guy who has a bachelor's degree is going to earn more. The guy with a master's degree, and suddenly there was an obsession with knowledge. And so people began to say, go to school, go to school, go to school. That's the age of many of our parents. That's why just go to school. They don't care whether you are learning or you are not learning. Just do what? You have not finished graduating, go to masters. You have not finished the masters, go enter. Just keep going. That's why you see people are pushing 14 years going to university. Why? Because somehow we believe that the more school you have gone to, the more successful you will be. It works for a season. But we did not also know when the information age shifted. We've left that age since, so in case you don't realize. So when I hear people say we're in the information age, I'm like, this guy thinks old school. But in the information age, we switched to another age called the conceptual age. What does that age mean? That was the age, or that is the age where your success in life is no longer a function of how much knowledge you have, but how much you can create something out of nothing. That's the age where to succeed, you must have the ability to sit sit down, look at vacuum and void and nothing, and actually bring out something. And that was the age we saw the tech billionaires began to emerge. Suddenly, one boy will sit down in his dumb factory and do something on his laptop. They call it code. You can't see it, can't touch it. What is Facebook? As in, what is Facebook? Can you show me Facebook? It's an idea on your phone, basically. But it's worth billions of dollars, and it's making this guy billions. And so we're in an age where you have some young boys, they call themselves remote workers. You don't know what they are doing, but they sit down in the house and they're making money. Because right now, it's a function of what can you create out of nothing. That's it. Check out the systems, the one who's succeeding. Content creators, musicians, artists, what do they do? What is content? Do you understand? Nobody cares which school you went to anymore right now. What can you? And this met with the fact that technology is what gives you the ability to bring your creativity to life. That's what we call the digital age. Creativity plus technology. That is what drives the age. So we're saying succeeding in the digital age, we must understand what is the requirement, what is the age itself. Give me the next slide, let me ask you something quickly. Now, education versus schooling. I hope you know that they are two different things, they don't mean the same thing. Education and schooling, they're different. Education is the preparation you need or you give to someone to enable them to function and succeed in the world. Hello? Education, basically, the preparation you give someone to enable them survive, function, and succeed in the world. That's education. So every of the eras, the agricultural age had its own education. Whatever knowledge and skill you needed to succeed in that age, you were educated. The industrial age had its own education. The information age had its own education. And so, the schooling is simply a way of mass producing educated people, or let me say for back educating people. You know what that means? It means you can be educated without going to school. That's right. Oh yes. As long as you can learn the skills to survive in the world and succeed in the world, you're educated. And it also means that you can go to school and not be educated. Because it is not the school that produces education. It is what you learn inside the school. Meaning, when the world changes, the rules for navigating and succeeding in the world change, education must also change. Because education is driven by what the world is. It's not the other way around. So when people go to school and we teach them rules of survival, rules of succeeding for a world that no longer exists, they come out of school assuming that we have prepared them for a world, and they go into the world and the world does not look like this. What to prepare them for? What does that? What happens? Confusion. That's where you hear what their school has come. Because while in class, you told them this is how the world works. If you know 1, 2, 3, you will succeed. And they went out and the world did not look like what you told them. Truly, they were scams. So we actually have lots of schools as scamming people. Not because you intentionally want to be a scammer, but because you are not aware that what it takes to survive and succeed in the world has changed, and you are still running with a system that no longer exists. And let me show you something. The people, this is not accidental, the people who designed the education system of today, I told you when it was designed. When was that? Industrial age. But Angola said it, industrial age. Give me that next slide. Let me show you something. You can go and Google this statement. This is a statement by John D. Rockefeller, who was one of the richest men of his time. What did he say? That school is going to end the job. So when you think that school is going to end the job, so when you go to school and you have not, we think something is wrong with you. And you see where our problem is coming from. And so we still have that system, what we are running, and meanwhile, two different things. Give me next slide. Thinking and working are two different paradigms. The way you train workers and the way you train thinkers are different. The people who run the world, unfortunately, are not workers. They are thinkers. And it's not just individuals. Right now, even nations have become, they are thinker nations, and worker nations. Some nations do the thinking, other nations do the working. Can you explain to me why Nigeria will be Africa's largest exporter of crude oil, but to refine one drop we cannot? Why? Somebody is doing the working. Can you explain to me why Ivory Coast is Africa's largest exporter of cocoa, but does not come top 10 in the world's chocolate producers? Why? Somebody is doing the working. Do you know what breakthrough means for a typical African? I got a job that pays me $5,000. Testimony time. And we think we have independence because we are running a system that was actually has unknowingly colonized our framework of thinking. And see, this is not an accident. The goal is different. People are going to school today and we're still producing people. What they come, and that's why we are running away. That's why something is called Jagba. Jagba is the whole idea of Jagba is going to get a job. Yes. And so when we're asking themselves, what skills should we learn? And I say, what are the skills that can get me employed today? No, I'm not asking what are the skills that can make me think? And what are the problems in the world that we can solve? Because you see, workers are designed to be from somebody else. Thinkers are trained to challenge problems, run towards problems and say, how does this thing work and how can we fix it? But now, who you produce is not accidental. Rather, you will not just stumble into one category. You are a product of your programming. You were trained to be who you are. Give me the next slide. Let me show you. You cannot accidentally produce thinkers. There's a system for getting things done. They say garbage in, garbage out. What you put in is what you get out. Now, we assume that some things just happen miraculously. Hope you know that God does not run this world by miracles. The earth does not operate by miracles. It operates by systems and principles. Since God created the earth, when did He come down to come and tell the sun to rise and go down? He has put it in a system called the solar system. So the sun rises and gets and goes down by itself. As a human being, when you breathe in and breathe out, is it a miracle? There's a system. When you breathe in oxygen, there's a system in your body called the respiratory system. It takes in the oxygen, do what it was, and send out carbon dioxide. You have a digestive system. Your body is a function of systems. You only need a miracle when systems break down. But you know, somehow we are thinking that just put people in school, put them in class, and miraculously they will come out a particular kind of way. No. There's a system designed for producing the kind of person you want to bring out. So if you want to produce thinkers in your school, you must engage the systems that create thinkers. Otherwise, and I love what Dr. Bola said, she said, if you don't create a culture in your school, one culture will create itself. If you don't create a system for producing a kind of people, your school will do what? You will choose one. And by default, what do you think you will choose? Up or down? Down is the natural trajectory. Nothing goes up by accident. Everything comes down naturally. So we have two systems of thinking. Higher order thinking skills, lower order thinking skills. One is for designing workers. One is for designing thinkers. Let me show you that properly. There's something called the Bloom's taxonomy. I shouldn't be talking about it because we are all teachers here. But give me that next slide. I just want to put on my slide. There's something called the Bloom's taxonomy. The 6 levels of learning. Every learning operates at one level. The lowest level of learning, guys, is what? Meaning, any education that focuses on your ability to remember something is at the lowest level. The highest level of learning is where? You know what that means? Until you can create something with what you know, your learning is incomplete. And when you study this Bloom's taxonomy, just go and look at this. It's on Google. See the goal here. What's the goal of remembering? Recall facts and basic concepts. When you set exams, go and check your exams in school. If you have any of these kind of words in starting your question, at this level you did. What are the words? Define, lead, repeat, state. Stray bullet is hitting some people right now. Because really, go and check your school, that's all our exams they do. Exams at this level, what No question, start them. Because, see, what you have not done in class, you can't do in life. That's the whole idea of school. Prepare. Education, I said, the preparation you receive to function in the world. So you went to school thinking that when you go out into life, life will be asking you to define things and duplicate things and list things. And then you go out into life and nobody's asking you to define anything. What lies do you define anything in your life? As in like in real life? Oh yeah. How if you drew cockroach in primary school and secondary school? You drew grasshopper and labeled the parts. In biology. For what? But this is where our future is, guys. We are still stuck at a level of learning that is producing a particular kind of people, and education or the school system is the way you must produce a nation's philosophy. The nation cannot be different from what the classroom produces. I know some of us are very angry at the state of the nation. Let me tell you the truth. Those of you in this room who are thinking straight and you are complaining about Nigeria, you are not plenty. You are the minority. Nigeria does not look like you. Nigeria looks like the average person on the street doesn't know what they are doing. They are more than us. So in case you are complaining, but we have sensible people. We have sensible people. Few. Now, how do we change this? So if the future is going to be different, what do we need to do differently? At the core of this, we have a way of thinking that, okay, let's fix this. Let me tell you what's at the core. Give me the next slide. At the center of this is who? Teachers. Teachers are at the core of any revolution or transformation that we want to experience. Because you cannot give what you don't have. You cannot do what you don't know how to do. The future of Africa, of Nigeria, of Ebonyi State, unfortunately, respectfully, is not going to be driven by our politicians. It's going to be driven by the classrooms. Because that is where the philosophy of the next generation is being shaped and determined. And so, if you run a school, by the way, let's just do a random poll here. If you are school owners or school leaders, and I just see your hands. You own a school, lead a school, run a school, thank you. How many of you are teachers? You teach in a school. Okay, teachers a bit more. You see, those of you are teachers, the future of this nation in your hands. That's the truth. Unfortunately, we have not gotten to that point where we recognize and give you that level of honor, public honor. But the truth is, it's in your hands. For school leaders, the quality of your school is not determined by the size of your buildings, or the playground, or the logo. It's determined by the quality of teachers. Yes. When a parent says, I like that school, what they are saying is not I like the color of the school. The teacher. It's not that I like the building. They are saying I like what happens in the class when my child is. So when the school is good, it's the teachers who are good. When the school is bad, the teachers who are bad. Let me flip it. When the teachers are bad, the school is bad. Yes. Because really, it all boils down to teachers. So, when we talk about putting technology in classrooms, I always start by asking, see, a dull teacher with a smart board will not make a smart student. Yeah. So it's not to come and put gadgets. I know a school, I construct for a few schools. I know a school, they have smart boards all over the place. When parents come, they take them around and show them smart board. And parents very gullibly are smart board. And a teacher from that school left to come to my school. And one of those they were talking, said that in our school, we have never used the smart board. We don't know how to use the smart board. They put it, we have it is there, but they don't know how to use it. So it does not start with technology. It starts with who? Teachers. Now, I used to be a software engineer, and I became a teacher. So my profile. I transitioned fully to education. I started building resources, building coding textbooks, building courses for teachers. I actually built an entire course for teachers because, I realized that because I thought it was technology. I thought of technology first. So I actually built Africa's first and for now still only curriculum-based coding textbook for schools. And I thought now we have built it. We have solved the problem of bringing technology to schools. The next question was, who will teach it? And I realized textbook without teacher Can we see your time? Nascam, thank you, man. So I went back and I started building teacher courses. Now I have, this book has 5 levels. Every level has a teacher certification course online. Meaning anybody can go online, take the training, get certified, and become a teacher. Then I went around this nation. I went to schools to go and check what my books were doing, and I was thoroughly embarrassed because suddenly the same books I thought I built to create thinking or thinkers, they have turned into memorize, define, list. What is an algorithm? Like algorithm? Who's asking to define algorithm in life? Nobody defines algorithm in real life.
Structure.
Can you create what you know? So we started building things. After building lesson plan, building a lot of things. In fact, as much as I said setting questions, I built a question bank. Every textbook has a question bank. When you want to set questions, don't set, just go and copy one from that. For this set the question. Question that makes students think.
Good thinking.
Otherwise, teachers shut on my textbook to list, define, explain. When they should be building and creating. You get the point. So first of all, it starts with teachers. Then it goes to the technology. But give me the next slide, yes. The technology. But this is what I like to say when I talk about technology every time. Technology in itself is actually not enough. Now, I know that you are wondering what am I saying. Technology is not an industry. Tech. When you put them in tech, sorry, tech is not an industry. Tech is an enabler of industries. For tech to make sense, tech must combine with a real domain of human existence for tech to make sense. So there was finance. Then tech came and joined finance and created fintech. There was health. Tech comes to join health and creates health tech. There's education. Tech comes to join and create health tech. You don't hear tech standing alone. Tech standing alone is useless tech. For tech to make sense, it must be joining with something. Yeah. So you hear agri-tech. So when you ask people what you are and say I'm in tech, just like they are a very low level player, they are workers. Workers are the guys who say I'm in tech. Owners and thinkers, when you meet the guy who owns Paystack and ask him what industry are you in, what will he tell you? I'm in finance. He won't tell you fintech. Finance says tech is what just gives it. The owner of Uber, what industry is he in?
Right.
Transportation, not tech. It's in transportation, it's not in tech. Uber is not a tech company, it's a transport company. Airbnb, which tech industry are they in? Hospitality, understand it. So, first of all, tech must be enabling something or amplifying something, otherwise it's a distraction. So, putting technology in your classrooms that is not distracting them with VR glasses and sometimes it's not your fault that our fault as school owners. The parents themselves don't know what they want. And they are saying they are doing robotics, they are doing robotics, do robotics. You don't know what it is. Sometimes say we are doing robotics. Well, I know what I'm talking about. We're in this business together. My wife and I will run a school. So I know how these people go. But you see, let me also tell you the truth. The parents right now, they are looking for school owners who know what they are doing. And when you know what you are doing, you don't need to shout, they know. One conversation with you, they know that this person knows what they are doing. You don't need billboards, the school will be filled up. That's true. Just figure out and know what you are doing. So basically, it's not just about saying, okay, let's put tech. There must be something in the school system that the tech is enabling. So, give me the next slide. It is first, how do we activate thinking? Thinking first, technology next. When you have not put systems that generate thinkers, the technology is useless. We see when the teachers know what to do to raise thinkers, then you give them technology. Now you can amplify whatever the people are doing. So yes, I didn't come there and tell you, okay, go and put smart board in your class, go and buy their technologies, they are plenty. We are tech, I know what I'm talking about. I've seen those things. Telling you how to use them is not going to help you. But when you have figured out the right problems, people first. The smart people will provide some technology. In fact, when you get the right people, they'll figure out the technology themselves because really tech is not that hard. So that's what I came to let you through today. First of all, how do we activate thinking in the classroom? How do we get our teachers? And if you're a school owner, primarily invest in teachers. Trainings for them. I mean, there's a particular course I did. It's called Teaching for Transformation. Probably one of the best courses I've been. I've been courses, plenty things, but I'm Teaching for Transformation, and I added it into our bundle. So we have this school bundle. When you buy our textbooks, now we give you a full bundle: the textbook, the teacher's guide, the lesson plan, teacher certification course, then we added teaching for transformation. I think every teacher should take that. It takes you back to what are the tools and processes for raising people who think. Just very simple things, not complex. Project-based learning, problem-based learning, inquiry-based learning. Those kind of methodologies will take your classroom back to the point where they activate thinkers. And then once you bring technology, there is something for tech to amplify. And now as I round up my last slide, if you are a school leader here, if you are a school leader, you need to focus on playing the long game. There are 5 things I'm going to encourage you to do. Number 1, reframe your vision. The school leaders, you run a school, this is my last slide, but this is for you. Reframe your vision. You are a custodian of the future. You are not doing business. See, when you make that shift from running business to that we are steward and custodians of the future, a lot of things will shift for you. You are not just in the education business, you are in the future business. You are designing what life will look like in the next 10, 20, 15, 30 years. So that is your primary assignment, not just, oh, we're doing this school, You are taking responsibility for the future experiences of coming generations. When you shift your lenses that way, you will work with a deeper sense of responsibility. And see, there are some things that will stop making sense to you right now. Because when you have that level of picture and that framework, you will collaborate more rather than compete. Because you realize that, hey, we're on the same mission, it's just our institutions that are different. Number 2, think in decades. Chasing quick fixes. Stop chasing quick fixes. Try to fix things from the roots. Many times, our need, our desire for technology is actually an attempt for quick fix. What is wrong? What software can we get to fix it? As a software guy, I can tell you, if you don't solve the problem, writing code cannot help you. Because codes only interpret solutions. You must have thought for so. Think root level causes. What is the problem? If you think long term, if you think 10 years at a time, you can spend a whole year investing in teachers. And it's not going to look like a waste of money. A school now was in my office earlier in the week, and he was telling me, yeah, that's what somebody was talking about our school. And all of that. I said, well. He said that they said that our school, that he was just telling me something about our school. Good things anyway. And I told him, do you want to know really what happened? Because there was a time when there was this thing that was trending called diction teacher. You know that thing? Is this do they still do it? We used to hire diction teacher. She would come and say, water, and then she go. When she goes back to normal, I'm like, what nonsense is this now? 1 year, give them a 1 year retainer every Friday for 1 year. Make sure everything in school speaks the same way. It was a 1 year project. After 1 year, we didn't need the teacher again ever. We have not needed up to today. If you think short term, you can't make those kind of decisions. So think, fix problem permanently. Tell yourself, what is the root cause of this? And you need a long-term thinking framework to be able to do like something called the law of time perspective. When you think in 2-3 years, you make very poor decisions. When you think 10, 15, 20 years, you make better, smarter decisions. Number 3, stay nimble. Now, this is you need to know the difference between your mission and your method. Nimbleness is simply flexibility. Stay flexible, stay nimble. You know what you are called to do and know how you do it. Because missions are constant, methods are not. Transportation is a mission, road, taxi is a method. Bus is a method, flight is a method. If you think you are in the business of your method, very soon you'll be outdated, because that world that we see how much the world has changed in a century, it's still going to change. More things are going to change. And so in the next few years, we're going to see more and more transitions happen. And if your loyalty is to your method at the expense of your mission, it's just a matter of time, you realize you no longer have a business. Because methods expire. And so staying nimble means you're not, I tell people outside, every 90 days, sit down to be evaluate what you do. What is working, what is not working. There are some things that, understand this, everything that works will one day stop working. Nothing is exempted from that. Everything that works, one day will stop working. So even the things working in your school system, evaluate them periodically. For schools, I may say 90 days may be a little bit too steep, but at least every session minimum, ask yourself, what has worked thus far that stopped working? And if you find something that no longer works, kill it. And
And that's why I say number 4, don't be afraid of change. Change is the only thing that is constant. Change is natural, change is neutral, change is change. When things come that look like they are taking out what you are used to doing, don't be afraid. It's your only hope of survival and sustained relevance. The world will not stay the same, not for you, not for anybody. So that something is stable. Stability is a trap, guys.
That's it.
Stability is a trap.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to change. They say, oh, you are the one that are doing it this way. Why are you changing?
Something like that.
Do the best. Where we were 2 years ago, this was the we had. We've changed, we do better. So don't be afraid when you are a leader. No, now we understand better. We will change what we do. If you are afraid of change, you will stay stuck in the past. And last of them, keep growing. Dr. Abimbola talked about this. Because last, everything will operate at your level.
Yes.
Everything you do is a reflection of who you are. You cannot do what you don't know how to do. You can't do anything beyond the level that you are. If your capacity is to lead 50 people, I keep sharing this story. When we started our school, it was nothing. I was not involved in school because my wife's school was 13. I didn't even send. Of course, eventually, at the point, I had to get involved because now our school. You didn't stand to study education. I went back to school to do education because now it's now our school. But you see, we got to a point. I'm going to end with this to show you just why growing is important. We got to 70 and the school stopped growing. We could not pass 70. We try. It was not crossing 70. At some point, I thought it was village people. Because I just wonder, what did they do at number 70 that we can? If we cross 70 by 5 and get 75, 2 months, something will happen to go to 65. We were oscillating at that number, and I thought I was getting embarrassed. And I realized something. I was studying, and I came across an information that says every organization stops at the level of the leader. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Does it mean that we are the ones planning this school? Does it mean that this school cannot cross us? I call my wife, I say, hey babe, it's like this school problem is me and you. It's not anything. At that point, we had about 15 staff. We had some amount of money that the school was making. And I realized that everybody has a financial threshold. You know what that means? Your brain has a number it cannot think beyond. If your brain financial threshold is 10 million, if we give you 100 million now, your brain will shut down. You will bring that money to 10 million, then your brain will activate again at 10 million. What that means is, any income that comes to you beyond the financial threshold, you make bad decisions.
Yeah.
So we didn't even know our financial threshold. So we're making bad investments. Our leadership threshold was 15. We had 15 staff, we couldn't manage more than 15. The 16th hire will be a terrible one. That person will come, do something, and 5 parents will get angry and leave the school. We will sack the person, employ again. We were not crossing that number. It was a cycle. So you know what? I think the problem here is us. Let's leave this school and let's get on the journey of growth. We started aggressively going after growth. That's when my wife found Dr. Abimbola. We started finding people. Anywhere there's training, we are there. Anywhere there's conference, we are there. So one day conference in Lagos, but of course we carry ourselves, fly there, go and sit down there. One day we come, we started going. We don't know what we did. We just woke up one day. School was 150. Wow. Wait a minute. This is the work. I told her, it's the work. No stopping. Leave the school. Focus on us. The same school went to 250, 350, 450, 550, 650. The number was just going. Except we don't have billboard. I don't know what we are doing. All I know is that you cannot meet us in 6 months and we are sounding the same. Because keep growing. As a school leader, give yourself an assignment. No day should end that you don't go to bed smarter than you woke up. Dr. Abimbola ask somebody, when did you learn something new? The answer should be daily. No day should end without you going to bed smarter than you woke up. Otherwise, you have lost that day. Something must increase. New things are coming. Today you are schooling that you are not at the cutting edge of artificial intelligence. What are you talking? What are you doing? AI, learn, don't get scared of these things. But make sure whatever you do, just keep growing. Because the school will operate at your level. Meaning the hope of our children experiencing different education, a better education, is hinged on your ability to keep growing. I'm going to end here. And I hope that this made sense to you.
Please, let's put our hands together for the talk. I will be inviting Mrs. Chinwe Mwanko to present this amazing award to Dr. David Obushola. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Chinwe. She's the director of Dream Towers. Abakaliki. Please put your hands together for this amazing woman. All right, so she's going to be presenting this award to this energetic speaker. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. David Obushala. On behalf of educators in Ebonyi State, I want to present this award to you, the recognition of the work you're doing in transforming education in the whole of Nigeria. We appreciate your efforts, and these few minutes we spent with you, we've learned so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming to Ebonyi State.
Put your hands together. I kept writing. I don't know if that was the same for you. I kept writing from the beginning to the end, because when you see value, you will know. When you see value, what? Someone say value. Say value. I am not just going home as an MC. I am going home enlightened. And you may wake up one day and see the name of my school flying around, because all right, we also want to recognize Dr. Abimbola. How many of us enjoyed Dr. Abimbola's session? Oh my God, that woman is fire. I really, really enjoyed every bit of our session. Let's welcome Miss Pauline Aikobo, Mrs. Pauline Aikobo, as she comes up to present this award to our amazing, energetic, value-filled Dr. Abimbola. Please put your hands together for her.
Congratulations for delivering so much value to us. We are so excited to have you here today. It's actually an honor, and this is just to say thank you.
Thank you very much. One thing I assure you is that out of this conference, we are going out as people who place Ebonyi State on the global map. Students from your classroom will be Guinness World Record breakers. Students from your classrooms will be international diplomats. Students from your classroom will one day become the president of Nigeria, and you look back to today and say, thank God I attended Education in Ebonyi Conference. Please put your hands together for this amazing conference. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. As our culture has been since morning, we are going to be having light entertainment. I want to have a spoken word presentation from a few students, two students actually, Sharon and Nene. Please put your hands together for them as they come up to entertain us in just very few minutes while we wait for the next speaker to come up. Please don't stop clapping until these amazing giants in school uniform appear on stage. Please put your hands together for them.
When teachers build nations, they do not carry hammers, they carry hands. They do not raise walls, they raise dreams. The classrooms are the construction sites of destiny. Every chalk mark, a blueprint. Every lesson, a brick. Every child, a foundation for progress.
Every child, a foundation, progress.
They may not wear medals, but they carry wings. They may not drive Teslas, but they transform lives.
Now them they teach courage when fear won't trend. Now them they show value when the world no even they look.
They show up even when the system does not show up for them.
They build beyond classrooms. They build character.
They shape generations.
That will one day shape the world.
When teachers build nations,
They build forever. In 2025, UNESCO said, we need 44 million teachers to achieve education for all.
44 million hearts, 44 million builders, 44 million reasons to believe again.
Nigeria alone has 10.2 million out-of-school children, but one passionate teacher can write a nation's story with just a board and a quiz.
Because when teachers rise, nations rise.
Now them they turn scarcity into strategy. Now them they turn lack into legacy.
Somewhere in Kenya, a teacher walks 10 kilometers to teach 20 children.
Somewhere in Kaduna, a teacher is insecure to light a classroom candle.
Somewhere in Lagos, a teacher spends half a salary printing hope on worksheets.
They don't just teach alphabets, they teach audacity. The real wealth of a nation is not just in oil, gold, or GDP. It is in GDP, gross domestic potentials unlocked by teachers.
And in this new dawn, we need future.
Foundational skills for life and learning.
Understanding powered by curiosity.
Technology as a tool, not as a threat.
Unlearning limits to relearn possibilities.
Resilience for a changing world. Empathy that makes humanity whole.
That's the classroom we dream of. That's the tomorrow the teachers are already building today.
They don't just mark papers, they mark purpose.
They don't just teach, they transform.
And when they are gone, they leave no status.
But legacies, men and women who can think, lead, and love.
So today, we rise for every teacher, the unsung, the unseen, and the unstoppable. When teachers build nations,
The world becomes wiser.
the world becomes fairer, and humanity finally learns. When teachers build nations, they don't just teach, they bet tomorrow.
Thank you very much for that amazing piece by these amazing students. I am sure you were entertained and you were enlightened. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to pitch a few books to you, and I'll be, it will be from the early Founders Lab, and I'll be inviting Mr. Smart Uzubo to come for the book pitch. Please put your hands together for Mr. Smart.
Is it morning or afternoon?
All of the above.
It's breakfast. I'm okay. Good brunch, everybody. Right, my name is Smart Suzuko, and I represent the Founders Lab. So that's my boss, who down there. He has said all he can say. Me, I like money. If he do the talking, I do the collecting. If you want to give me money, raise up your hand. Let me see your hand. All right. He has mentioned early coding for kids. This is the only, like our brother Peter will say, okay? This is the only coding approved curriculum-based coding textbooks in Africa. You can look for it anywhere, you will not see it. If you like, go to, they will bring you back to me, right? And we have it in level 1 to 5 for now. The other levels are going to come up. It's level-based, it's not class-based. So from ages of 5-year-olds, some even schools, even 4-year-olds can actually adopt it. Now we have schools here who have already started using this, like White Cloud, and started using it actively in her school. Our teachers are trained to use them. Holy Ghost International Schools has adopted it in the school. They are beginning to use them. So it's not something that is new in Abakaliki, right? And we also have a teachers training program, like he also said. So we don't have to say, okay, let's come and teach you. If I come to teach your children, I will charge you in millions. I mean a joke. Each child, 200,000 per term. Are you baby? I'll come. However, we just said, okay, so make it very easy. We created a teachers training course where we train the trainer. It's online, it's on Seller, it's self-paced. So you wake up in the morning, you do your prayer, you do it. You go back from school, you do your prayer, or you come back to eat, you do it. It's self-paced at your own pace. But I guarantee you, if you're very serious, you can finish level 1 in 3 days or 4 days. You write an exam, you get certified, and you can teach it. I tell school owners and teachers I say this is an empowerment program. Because like he said, even the federal government has included coding in the curriculum right now, right? But we don't have coding teachers. So any teacher who learns how to code is now a gold mine. I'm a teacher. I was telling my boss the other day. I have somebody that trained in Calabar. She teaches part-time for 4 schools now, and she's earning over 200,000 naira. Part-time. So it's an empowerment program. So if you're a teacher, please disturb your school owners. Start coding in your school. It's not, like he said, this is the future of education. What they taught us, I was in medical school, I finished on human anatomy. I've not seen a dead body in a very long time. I sell books. So I'm a tech bro. Somebody say tech bro. I'm a tech bro. Alright? So we also have, like he said, we have the teacher's training, we have the textbooks, and we have the question banks. So as a school owner, if you want to do this, you don't need to go far. We have one starter bundle. We have all this in the starter bundle. It's very cheap. It's as low as 400k. However, for this conference, we are going to give people some amazing discounts. He's looking at me with side eye. I'm not, that he said, I'm not going to do it. I will collect their money. So please, if you're interested and you want to adopt this, please, I'll be behind. You can talk to us. Secondly, we have some other books. Like he said, Madam sent us and she gave me carry cane and said, if you don't talk about my books, you don't come back to Akwa Ibom. So these books are called Pre-Writing Activity. So you can see them for kids and preschoolers, curve and dash. Is that how they say it? Curve and dash. It is actually carefully written. So if you're interested, which I know you will be, please get it. So another book from her also called Polished and Poised. This will teach your kids how to behave, how to act, how not to be rowdy, how not to act like Agboro like us. I'm a certified Agboro because I didn't learn this one. So your kids can go out and learn how to interact in the public world, because the world right now moves on perception. So if they don't know how to, they might have the knowledge, but they might not know how to behave in the circles that they need to deliver that knowledge. I'm about to say hallelujah because I can be a pastor sometimes. So, like I said, if you're interested, which I know you will be, please meet us behind. God bless you.
All right, can we celebrate Mr. Smart, a certified anatomist that has turned into a bookseller? We celebrate you. All right, so once we're here, get into the next keynote speech. But I think some of us, we are exhausted. Are we exhausted? Oh, come on, how can you be exhausted after all of these energetic sessions? Please stand on your feet, stand on your feet. Please. You know what we do when we want to enter the classroom and students are done, we want to get them to be in the mood for learning. All right, so we want to do something real quick, okay? I tried as much as possible to be strictly professional and corporate, but I just can't. All right, so I want us to spell coconut with our body. Is it possible? Yes. I'll tell you how to do that. So you know how to spell coconut, right? Yes. So I want you to use your body to spell coconut. So when I say C, I just want us to shake our body. Are we together? Okay. Let's do that. We're spelling coconuts now. Please, if you have a waist problem, it is healed in Jesus' name. Okay. All right. Coconuts. C. Okay. Yeah, I know that style of this, but I want us to shake our body. Okay. I want us to shake our body. We are not too old. Are we old? We are Gen Z teachers. Come on. All right. So let's do C. Come on, everybody. C. O. Have your seat. Okay. We want to welcome the next
keynote speaker, and I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. If there was something you left at home to be here, it was worth it. The time you're spending here is worth it. And we're going to confirm that when you hear the next speaker speak. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm introducing to you Mr. Rotimi Eyitayo. He is a leading voice in Africa's business and education transformation space, a strategist, thought leader, and change architect who has spent over 2 decades helping people, organizations, and governments unlock potentials, scale growth, and lead with courage. Known widely as the courage coach, Rotimi's message ignites audacity, purpose, and performance in every room. His work spans education, leadership, entrepreneurship, and workforce activation, shaping thousands of lives, businesses, and institutions across Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. As the CEO of Team Masters Limited, a human capital development and strategy firm, Rotimi has led transformational programs for government agencies, corporate organizations, and faith-based institutions. His influence cuts across multiple sectors, from education reform to enterprise development, public sector transformation, and private sector innovation. An internationally traveled speaker and facilitator, Rotimi has graced stages across Africa, the Middle East, and Europe, delivering keynotes, workshops, retreats, and leadership immersions that blend intellect, inspiration, and impact. His approach is practical, data-driven, and deeply human, weaving empathy and vision into every engagement. Rotimi's versatility as a business and growth strategist has made him a trusted advisor to CEOs, founders, school leaders, and policymakers, guiding them to reimagine systems, scale sustainably, and lead with authenticity. Whether in the boardroom, classroom, or conference hall, his delivery commands attention, challenges assumptions, and compels action. His philosophy is, courage is not the absence of fear, it is the conviction to act despite it. Growth begins with the moment you dare. That is Rotimi Eyitayo. His signature focus areas are business strategy and growth leadership, education transformation and system thinking, personal mastery and courage coaching, leadership development and team activation, entrepreneurial thinking, and innovation culture. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Eyitayo. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, permit me to do this. I just came up for my sake. I'm talking. I think the stage seems to be too high and too disconnected somehow. So it's a privilege to be here. This is also my first time in Ebonyi State.
Welcome.
So I'm officially 30 states well traveled in Nigeria. So this is my 30th. Yeah. So I hope you're having a great time so far.
Yes, sir.
An amazing time, right? Your commissioner session was amazing, and I dare say that I've listened to commissioners speak. Trust me, that was the thumbs up for the commissioner. You know, it's not enough to head the learning or the education sector, but you must be able to be like the face that fits that position.
That's true.
While there might be deficits in several areas, it's one thing that you must be able to be that voice. And he really did well. Because sometimes you find other people they're glued to the paper, almost counting down to when they say thank you in the first. And it's not because they don't know what to say, because if they say anything, you still clap. That's all. But it's just because sometimes some people take the extra effort to put connection to. And I have a different mind. It seems like this.
Hello. Is this better? Okay. So, you've listened to the commissioner, and of course the welcome address as well was an amazing one. I've not listened to Lady Chica, but we had Dr. Bimbo. How many of you enjoyed that session? Not everybody. I think that on purpose, so that she will look and say, okay, that was an amazing one. And I think Dr. Bimbo's session seems to lay the foundation for everything that we're doing today. And of course, my brother here was raising the roof. Thank God we have fire extinguisher. And the beautiful thing about a conference like this, it's not the things you hear only.
The things you do after.
Right? It's almost important for you to get the right speakers to speak with the right topic, with the right words, with the right passion, and the right delivery. Now, most of the time, speakers do their job and they get their pass mark. Am I correct? Yes. But it takes a lot of time if you have quality topic, quality program, quality speakers, quality delivery, and all that we take away from that session was the memory of the session. Are we together? Yes. How was that event? It was great. Well done. Looking forward to next year. Big deal. I'm sure for Dr. Bushola, for Dr. Bimbo, for the organizers, for the commissioner, and of course for myself, the desire would be that this did not come out as just feedback of a great session. How many of you are going to begin to do something? I'm saying after you leave here.
No.
What's the first thing you will do?
Thanks.
For example, some of you need to read the book that was pitched to you. It is your first thing. In conferences like this, two things matter. Somebody say two things. Your first move and your next move. Everybody say first move. Everybody say next move. So how many of you are going to get the book? See, no many.
We already have the book.
So someone has the right teacher. That's the first move. That's good. Let's clap for her. So Dr. Bimbo's books are here. I think she has two books here. The right teacher and the right leader, or right leadership. Okay. So, and this is not sales session or sales giving. I'm just to show you, most likely, if you do not do something in this room, I might not trust you well enough to do something out of this room. As a speaker, many people tell me, Mr. HR, I know how many people have given my number, and that's why I give my personal number out, because I am 90% sure you are not going to talk. Before we start training, consulting, no, don't give your direct line. People will bombard you. I'm yet to see the bombardment. Do you understand? I hope your own conference and your own audience will be different. How many of you are really hungry today? I'm not saying hungry for lunch. I mean, you're hungry, right? Hungry for action, isn't it? So I'm going to do something in my session. I'm going to step it down, right? And I want us to make things very, very practical. Is that fine? If you don't smile, you won't learn from myself. Okay, because it's not that deep, as some people will say. So I have a topic that you can't hear the voice. I can't put the mic on. It's not safe for me. Different ones. So, but then I hope you can hear me at the back. Don't worry, you'll get to hear. Just listen, Listen. So this session really is going to take the first and the second speaker, and then we're going to create some measure of merger.
Synergy.
I think that everybody nowadays are familiar with the word growth. And he was saying something about personal growth, isn't it? That's what he ended his powerful session with. But you know, most of you will not probably pursue personal growth if you do not desire organizational growth. In fact, let me tell you the truth. Confession for me, the books I've read. It's not because I like reading books. It's because it's time to work. Are you listening to me? The work I do, I cannot but have knowledge to show. So the work conditions me to read. So whether I read out of passion or I read out of compulsion, guess what? I am reading, yes or no? Yes. Is it wrong? So methodologies will change. The mission is that, isn't it? Now why am I saying this? Because I want you to want this. I want you to want this so much. Don't let me use another word. Are we together? So they gave me a topic, and it says positioning for profit. Now, on the other side of the topic is building strong brand. And then growing enrollment or increasing enrollment. Now, any school owner, leader, director, enrollment is a subject matter you don't take for granted. Am I correct? Yes. It's the life wire. But you need to understand that there are times that you need to look at the subject matter of enrollment from different angles. And this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going straight and then we'll connect the dots backwards. Are we together? I find the fact that if you're going to, as a person, as a brand, if you're going to be a brand that is known, that is strong, then we need to observe from social reality what brands are so strong in today's world. I want to say strong, you know, I'm not just talking about masculinity now. I'm not talking about six packs. I'm talking about resonance. Where I come from, or let me not say where I come from, where I live, because that's the where I come from. There are times that in traffic, you hear people utter some words that will call you to question that, oh, I get it. Sometimes people get to the market. How many of you have gone to the market before? It's not a wrong question. You've been to the market before, raise your hand. God bless you. Those that didn't raise their hand and they've been to the market, not to you. Now listen, you know there are times you ask for certain things at the market, but if you sit down and we think, you find out that you are speaking brands. I've heard people say, I want no Maggi. Have you heard that before? Yes. Have you said that before? Yes. It's not Maggi. No. It's Maggi. No. Maggi is Maggi. Maggi cubes, isn't it? Yes. No is no. They are both seasoning. But because Maggi's brand is strong, we will say, I want no Maggi. Or Maggi, no. And some of you don't know that Indomie is not the same thing as noodles. Indomie is a noodle brand. So I will say, give me Mimi noodles. That is a correct name. But if I say, give me Mimi Indomie, give me, there are many.
Tommy. As it was preached.
And you hear people say, I want right gala.
Big gala.
white sausage is different from gala. Gala is a sausage brand. Are you listening? What will a school do that it will eventually skip into the lips of the market at the description of any similar product they have? For that to happen, it is not between those gymnastics we do. It's between take flag sharing, just like you said. Are you listening to me? The reason coding has become a buzzword, just like robotics became a buzzword, was not because of the comprehension of text. It was the one called resonance. I'm trying to get you to understand this thing and we'll make this very practical in my session. Are we together? Yes. Talk to me now.
Yes.
The reason we also say that a school is a big school. You know why I say, Dr. Biko school. Dr. Biko is a big school owner. Am I correct? Yes. Am I correct? Yes. You are afraid to answer. Yes. Yes. Our school is big. Yes. Abi? Yes. Now, most of you, how many of you would like to have big schools here? What is big school? That's miseducation. Because there's nothing called big or small school. It's just because some brands have been so strong in the market space. We've now decided to say, based on certain parameters, that is big. Are we together? Yes. So there's nothing called big school, there's nothing called small school. Did you hear me? Yes. Listen now. Did you hear me? Yes. You can have 12-story building and you are a small school. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
The students inside are lizard and walk echo. Is there a big destiny and small destiny? Big WAEC, small WAEC. Big NECO, small NECO. Answer now. No. So why is there a big school, small school? Are we together? Yes. So this is just to show the power of brands. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
What you normally would say is that brands that have become well subscribed, oversubscribed, we tend to say that is big because of the result they have. Brands that are not subscribed or undersubscribed, we tend to say because of the results look small, that's when you now start calling them small schools. So instead of you pursuing an outcome, you are pursuing an architect. An architect definitely means that in your own dream of the school you want to build, some of you don't have any business having a school that is more than a bungalow. But because you thought big school means you go, and that's why some of you have not even taken a step towards the drive of the vision of your school, because you are waiting to buy an acre. Are we together? It was, I think it was 1991 or 1994, can't remember. I went to a university in the UK, Southampton. No, is it there? No, Thames Valley. And it was just one building. And I said, this is the university. I felt my cousin was lying to me. He said, no, this is his university. I said, my cousin in the university in UK is, it's not big. I remember you like gate alone, the gate, this thing. You feel like there's this feel that you're entering a place, and we just enter, just like that. And you are graduating inside this building. The degree they were accepting. It's not like that. And I've come to realize that thing brings us to the word less is actually more. Are we together? Yeah. So most of you've already created a typology because you are in a Ebonyi state, and it's affecting the quality of pursuit and service delivery. So building strong brands actually should be a huge task and assignment as you listen to the two speakers for everyone to understand. It's brands that breed market. Did you hear me? Compliment. Did you hear me?
Yes.
I used to say this, it sounds funny, but let me do a little survey so you understand that I'm not lying. I want the ladies here to answer. Please, you are my Indian channel for this. How many of you love Fanta? Raise your hand.
Fanta.
You love Fanta. You know Fanta? Fanta orange, you know. Raise your hand. I need the ladies, not the men. Raise your hand. Now the ladies here, I still want to ask you, you love Coke? Raise your hand.
See this brand.
Now you will make me ask another question.
Sprite.
So she's having she loves Coke. Now you know how many hands did you use? More for Fanta. So technically, why is it that more ladies like Fanta?
It's sweet.
The color. The color. The taste. What's the taste? This thing I'm going to share with you, is how you can design your growth assessment. Do you know the Fanta bottle is modeled after a woman's body? The Fanta bottle is modeled after a woman's body. It's called to have and to hold. Look at the body. You see that?
We never reviewed.
Right? And like attracts like. Fanta has been branded as a female drink. Even when you see the adverts and the assets in the adverts and the focus of the adverts, the mantra of their messaging has always appealed the feminine body. Are you listening to me? Yes. I said, are you listening to me? Yes. So that just tells you that while you call it the taste, some people call it the smell, some people say it's the visual feel. All those things were just top up narration. Are you listening to me? Yes. I said, are you listening to me? Yes. And when they noticed that it was becoming too segmented, they decided to also re-engineer the Coke bottle. Are you listening to me? Yes. And the Coke bottle had to be modeled, and they now found out that they needed to put more narrative on the Coke bottle. So you find out that in the sales messaging of Coke, you hear messages like open up happiness. Yes or no? Yes. Share a Coke with me. Coke tastes better with food. Yes.
So,
No, that was the Coke tastes better with food was a matter they used for 2 years. And then the partner with them is the Big in Lagos and some other fast food. Are you listening to me? Yes. And what they were doing was they were competing with the market share of water. The competition Coke had was with water. So you would rather take it, your first go-to, except you are not becoming health conscious, or you had a health scare. If you are not having those two, your first go-to, would you prefer Coke or soft drink or water? You prefer soft drink. Am I correct? Yes. You will even feel it's incomplete if they serve you food.
Soft drink.
without something, just water. Imagine when you come for conference, you know like it. You know conference is the most important thing you see is water. Then they give you meat or drink. That's it. They don't give us anything. It's water or something. No, let's be honest. What you really need is water. Coke is poison in a way. Am I correct? Yes. So why do you want more poison? But because brand that is so strong breeds perception that produces reality. So what it simply means is this: every school needs to sit back and understand, while we give you general knowledge, which is open source now. When he was speaking, I looked at him and I said, what he's saying, it's not a curse. Everybody can practice it. Did you get it? He didn't share discovery. Most of you thought what he shared was discovery. No. You didn't share discovery. You just did what we call reinforcement. His next move, most likely, will be to consolidate the point he shared with you all. Now listen to me. If his wife and himself sit down and say the next knowledge we have is to make common what I shared on that stage. Because what you'll be talking about is not what school should do, it's who you have become. And so you are giving out passworded knowledge. It can't happen. That's your growth you are talking to. So what you are doing, you are speaking to future partners who should subscribe, invest, or get licensing from you. Did you hear me? They can't do 70% of what you shared of the soul of the information. So what you've done in knowledge transfer is good, but the expertise exchange is incomplete. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So if this was a, you know how they do all those things like long grapes or galogo, this is what you are seeing. So what you are seeing is revelation for you, but you are speaking as a conference speaker. So next thing you will be doing, you will be talking to partners of that education model, so you can now run at your education institution. Did you hear me? That's when it will work, because you can't share the soul. There are certain things that you cannot democratize. Are you listening to me? That strategy needs a strategy. Did you hear me? You didn't hear me? So let's go back to strong brands. Are we together? I said, are we together? Yes. I want you to understand the science of this, because you must pick your own before you leave today. Is that clear? Yes. Talk to me now. Yes. Now you've seen Fanta, you've seen Gala, you've seen Nike. Remember, there's a brand called Omo. So most of you are old enough to know. Blue. Omo Blue. You used to play rough. Because if you need Omo Blue, your state is hyper. Now, think about the detergent market. There's also a brand called Keynote. Yes. Right? Yes. You know, sometimes people ask for soap and say, I want Ariel, but they say, I want only Ariel. Right? Yes. Am I correct? Yes. Now, clean has taken over Omo. So they want clean Omo, or they want clean nice Viva and the
wow,
and all that. If you love Viva, then you watch Zero. Yes. Now, understand this thing, I'm telling you. Strong brands, right, sit on the realm of reality. The question now is, what makes your brand strong or so strong? A brand can only be said that it is strong when the share of mind is strong. What I mean is this: if the brand is strong, it's only in where the customer's heart is that we can measure. not the school brochure. Are you listening to me? Everything you do in school as a form of aesthetics, as a form of school transformation, cannot be the sum total of your brand resonance. So you can have a beautiful building, but if people don't know the brand, we can't measure the wealth in infrastructure as the same as the brand wealth in the minds of people. Are you listening to me? Talk to me now. So what is saying is this. Imagine a school that is very beautiful, but everybody looks and says, wow, I would love to be in school. This is a school I would love to be. This is a school that is the best in Ebonyi. This is the school that is best in whatever state you represent. And another school decides to donate or reform. You know, in this part of the world, you guys sometimes have market days, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Now, that market that has market days, right? Imagine there's a gate to the market. Is there a gate to any market?
Yes.
Right? Now, imagine you decided to set up a market gate. And that market gate, you built it, made it fanciful, made it lovely, it's commissioned, your brand was the one responsible for it. And every market day, as people come to the market, they see the market gate. They pass through the market gate. Are you listening? Yes. That investment is better than painting the walls of your school. Because by business, a beautiful school is not a brand. It's the beautiful school in the minds of the market that is a brand. A brand is not what you say you are. A brand is what people say you are. Unfortunately, some people don't even know what to say you are. So you don't exist. You only have an address. And we said, how do I go my school? The first question is, your school is not a school. It's just school because it's an organ in paper. You registered, it's a school because it's an evidence of passion. It's a school because there's certification and you did recruitment. But it is not a school to the market. Are you listening to me? If the school does not exist in the minds of people who are possibly prosperous parents, it's not a school. So your school must be known. Now listen, in the banking industry, you know, to cite a bank or a branch, there are certain parameters they look at. Are we together?
Yes.
You know that? Does anybody know any element?
No. You're next to
For you
market.
to situate a branch, you know, you can't just have a branch because there is a property they are renting. You know, it's strategic to banks. Fantastic. It must be accessible. It must be along the street. Then they check car count and head count per minute. Did you hear me? Yes. Are you listening to me? Yes. It must be perpendicular in terms of radius to a business district. That's why no matter how your estate is nice and safe, nobody's going to set up a branch in your estate because your estate is not a business district. Except it probably is a super premium place, they now do private banking. So it's not really a branch that is functioning for public. Are you following me? So that's why you find out that sometimes when you drive on busy major roads, you see a possible branch, a cash point, or an ATM gallery. Have you noticed? There's a reason behind it. Because every branch is a cost center. Are you listening to me? So when you are going back to your school, there's something called analysis of business decision. You must sit down, not as an educator now, but as an education business owner, and now begin to think the business of your position. Now, if it's so bad that your situated address, you can't do anything about it. No, I'm not saying you should shut down. Understand the principle that the brand actually is very mobile in the minds of people. So, for example, like Dr. Bimbo's school, she has a school in Opebi, not too far from my office. And I said to myself, I said, one of things she needs to do is that she needs to have an Opebi fitness day of some sort. The name is not the issue, she can always maintain it. And the reason is this: she needs to own Opebi mind. The share of the mind in Opebi, she needs to increase it. If you go by her school and you discover that's her school, you say, wow. But you have to first go. Are you listening to me? But there's empty space that she's not taking. And an event, a student could have just done a road walk, but that won't be a strong mind share. Are you listening to me? But if she now said, Opebi, it's your day, it's your wellness day, the way we do marathon in Lagos, we are going to do a mini version for you that live in Opebi, and its residents associations will know. Whether they like it, they will talk about the school. Whether they don't like it, they will talk about the school. The inconvenience, will talk about the school. It's called share of mind. How many of you know VDM? You are faking now. You don't know VDM. Whether you like him or not, he is renting a space in your mind. And it's free. It's not paying rent. Are you listening to me? It's the power of brands. How many of you know Peter Obi? Obviously. The fact is this: once people begin to talk about something, it increases the resonance. Are you listening to me? The question is this: are you the one giving people what to talk about your school? Or people are the one choosing? And what they choose is not in your best interest.
So you better you do.
Are you listening to me? They can choose anything. They can say, I remember there's a school. They say the owner is a witch. He's a part of a coven. Anytime, you know, I don't know how people sit and construct those things. They said that anytime they start a new session, she will come out and pray. A witch is praying. You know, sometimes you can sniff lies from the moment you put all of it. Why she pray? Maybe she's already diabolical. You should just continue what she's doing. I mean, she will pray. That have you noticed? And be told, you know, that sometimes if you think, you know, say, oh, it's true. You see some things that look like fruit, but they are far. Remember the school had an issue. Don't you know that is because of, you know, any issue can be attributed to anything. Negligence, complacency, incompetence, witchcraft, they can be the reason for anything. Am I correct? A student was running, hit his leg, the leg was broken. Is it a devil that made that happen? But you know, if you choose to believe it's the devil, say, how many schools do you hear children break their leg? How many schools publish the people who have legs that are broken? We are not looking for that data, so you probably don't know. Are you following me? There's a staff of mine some years ago. She said, this is school where to do competition things. She said that they are going to host a competition. She said, Mr. don't come. I said, why? She said, no, don't step into that school. So what happened? You will represent me. What happened to you? I said, why? He said anyone that steps to the woman or the owner of school takes their glory. Do you understand? When I spoke, of course, I'm not about to, but I'm just trying to tell you that unfortunately, in that school, is not giving the world things to say about it. These things, like you are thinking, some parents, it is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Are you listening to me? It's a deal breaker. I know a school that has part of the reason the enrollment is on the high is because the school owner pays for the children. The school owner is a reverend. That prayer, that's the only duty she does, apart from school function. Beginning of term, close of term, mama's prayer. Mama is coming. Parents, that thing makes the school. Now, why am I saying this? It might look small. It might look, but there are some things that you do or you step into doing that creates a strong brand. And please, everybody should choose what makes them loud on their difference. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this. Because a strong brand and increased enrollment, they go together. There are three things we need to look at. Whether you just started your school or your school is ancient of days. Number one, if you would want to grow your brand into being strong, that will lead to enrollment that is increased. Listen, you must learn to grow your offer. That's the first thing you must do. So if you listen to Dr. Ogunshola, listen to Dr. Bimbo, one of the things that struck me what Dr. Bimbo was saying to us today, he said something about visionary, being visionary. Remember she said that? Yes. You know, sometimes we need to look at some of these fancy words and pay attention to it. There are some secrets inside. Do you know what it means to be visionary? It's not just a title. Can anybody tell what it means to be visionary? And my brother captured it and actually framed it in decades. Because when you say think in decades, it's qualifying your visionary state. So what are we saying? If you think about it, visionary is what? It's seeing ahead. It's not just seeing ahead.
Being in the future.
Being futuristic. I don't want us to go to this, you know, when it sounds too, I don't want to say academic. Don't make it look too tush. Do you know visionary means
being in the future?
Seen, always seen. It's not about ahead. It's just the fact that in the lighter version, which is not the thing I'm looking for, it's thoughtfulness. I listen to you, you do it sometimes. I don't know whether you do it on purpose, but it's almost a mantra to you. Sometimes when you see someone say something, you say, oh, yeah. What Dr. People say, oh, yeah, tell me, what's that thing you say? It's a visionary situation that you get someone always feeling that there's always more than a surface to a thing. Visionaries are people who explore. Did you get me? Yes, sir. And that exploratory habit is what will make you say, I want to grow my offer. Next session. Are you listening to me? Yeah. I said, are you listening to me? Yes. What is an offer? Every school year offers a package. An offer is the same thing as a package. Hope you know. Every session is a package. Unfortunately, we've restricted our package to the identity of our school. No. You can be so Montessori school identity. But in 2025, 2026 session, there's a package for that. If this conference happens next year, hope you know it's not the same topic and theme that will be. That's the same thing I'm telling you. If conference organizers change theme, but repeat conferences, then it means that they have changed the package for that year. Am I correct? Yes. The same thing, every school should be able to present every academic session as a package. Am I correct? Yes. Oh, you're not getting it. Say, I have a package. I have a package. It's my offer. It's my offer. Say it again, I have a package. I have a package. It's my offer. It's my offer. So what it simply means is the one who is very, very visionary and bold can even take that 90-day statement you said. I said, at least to practice something is not a crime, is it? It's not a crime, is it? It's practice totally a crime. So let's try. Do you know, if I were a school listening to this session, I could decide to change my offer for January, and I will empty your classes and your school Because I understand it's a business principle that the market responds to any day, any time. So admission is not tied to sessions. Remember, in this market, there's free entry, there's free exit. It's so porous. It's a plus and it can be a minus to wherever you are positioned. The one who is well positioned, it can never be a minus. Ask him. There are many people that still come to you. I'm sure. If not for principle or standard, there are certain things you will not. There are people tell you that, look, how much will it take? I'm sure parents have approached some schools like that. Parents will bring children in the middle of session. Am I correct? Yes. They can bring them people at the end of term. Yes. Am I correct? Yes. You know, some of you are going to say, it's not done. It's how can you? Well, I'm not saying you should, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just trying to tell you that if you did not sponsor that script, parents are the ones that came. How much when you are not the one that created the script? If I work with a school and I see that the school is so static, and the beauty of the school is all on the identity, it takes a smarter school to appear, track your identity, because all we believe is your offer is your identity. That's why sometimes for some schools, the older they get, the endangered they become. They become an endangered species. And sometimes parents are agitated and say they are not filling your school, so they feel a new address is new value. Am I correct? But when you get back to your drawing board, you can tell yourself and say, if there's anything I've learned from this conference, offers can grow. Offers must grow. Are we together? Talk to me now.
Yes.
Dr. People, we are going to which country next day?
Mauritius.
What's that? It's an orphan. Some people, the fact that they've not traveled to Mauritius before is a one factor. Do you know that some people, if she chose that, let's imagine that Dr. People say we are going to Uganda. Uganda is not bad, but you cannot compare. So, which means she probably might have a hard time selling the retreat if the destination was on Uganda. So the people be thinking about this. What's the next again? All those things. You understand? But if you are the type that you are saying that I've been working, she can just put out a post. When will you pay attention to yourself? Here's the chance. Join me and other people that value themselves and know that they come first. Destination Mauritius. You know what will happen?
Time for it.
Already recorded.
So you know what will happen? Just that offer. Are you listening to me? People begin to find their sense and pitch and say, you know what? It makes sense, so. I mean, it's not going to be bad, is it? And some of you, she could say that, you know what? She could come up with, hi, my name is Dr. Bimbo. You know, over the years, I found out that traveling is not just an expense, it's education, it's history. A lot of people have not been able to go beyond their state or their country. For those of you who are trying to be intentional about building a travel history, here's a chance. I'm taking you to a place that is not just 1 hour away, not 4 hours away, 6, 7 hours away from your country. It's going to be lovely, it's going to be great, you're going to be having a great time, and guess what? I look forward to seeing you there. Now, if she does that, some will say, you know what, I've been trying to get you a visa, they deny me. I've been trying to get you a visa, they deny me. There's this thing called travel history, it will give me chance. I mean, don't be so. She created a package. The one that is going, not just because of Mauritius, but because they want to build travel history. It becomes an additional reason to pay attention to that. So everyone here, whether you are a teacher, you are a leader, or you are representing the brand, or you are in charge of enrollment, at the base of it, your journey to grow to that thing you call big school is to grow your offer. Did you hear me? Yes. grow your husband. And most of the time, let me tell you, a lot of us are not even benefiting from the close relationship we have from one another because we don't apply this in friendship, in association, in networks. Most of the time, the baseline, right, of support used to be cheerleading. Yes or no? If your friend is doing something, what do you do?
Cheerlead.
And most of you treat admissions like that. Don't they know that I'm trying to impact lives? That's why you say the things you say about education at your school. The way you describe your vision, you want to be the best to mold lives. That's not a business statement. Sorry to say, it's your private dialogue. You mold lives. I don't see my child in the lives that you are molding. To be honest, because to mold is clay that comes to my mind and it's dead.
Yeah.
You know, listen, you don't use some words. Do you know that? In sales, your words must be intentional. When you say mold, it's only when we are thinking about it in church, say God will mold your life. Then I know that it's something supernatural. So even if it looks dirty, it will make something good out of it. The potter and the clay. But you, the potter, I don't trust your hand. Let's say I people see your handwriting before it's worse. Check this one. This potter, this type of potter. Voila. I get what I'm saying. There are certain things we shouldn't do. Now, bring it to the second level of how we used to find support. You go from cheerleading, and then guess what happens? People begin to say that apart from cheerleading, can't you just patronize me? Some of you, your sales, what do you say? Patronize us now. So you tell parents, look, that's why we talk about features of our business. Are we together? We talk about features of our business. I have laboratory, big deal. I don't need to have laboratory to beat you in the market. I have this. We are a godly curriculum based. All those things, features. Features are ways to manipulate, what they call it, patronizing. So I go from cheerleading, I want to turn you to customer. Yes or no? Am I correct? Yes. Then from cheerleading on customer, guess what? We now start talking about this buzzword that has been reading the last years. How many of you have said collaboration? Collaboration. Am I correct? How do you collaborate? You now start saying that. The truth about it is that a lot of us, we've not hacked collaboration. Am I correct? We've not hacked it. So you now begin to find out that real thing that you're looking for is not necessarily collaboration. What you're looking for is commitment. Commitment is what is now almost like a trend in today's world. Where somebody says, oh, Chika, you have a school, right? And you want your school to be this and this and that. So I don't necessarily need to have a chance to take to Chika's school. But I can say, you know what, Chika, I have 50 million naira. And I'm going to look for 10 other people that have 50 million naira. And we're going to give Chika. We become committed to Chika's school. Are you listening to me? Yeah. 10 of us with 50 million naira, that's how much? 500 million plus Chika's vested interest and passion. Will it grow? Yes. Will we get returns? Yes. Now, Chika had me with 50 million naira. She never approached me. All she was just saying is, "See, you're not cheering me on." What is the use of my like on your post? It doesn't make a difference. Fortunately or unfortunately, Instagram did not even show me that you posted something. Thanks to the algorithm. So I didn't even know. Maybe it was 3 days later. I said, Chika, you were on Instagram live. Said Mr. Rotimi, and you are not supporting me. I'm not trying to support you. That's not what I'm called for. Support is the lowest base of empowerment. Hope you know. Yeah. So if she got me committed, she will get more, yes or no? Yes. She will become more, yes or no? Yes. Talk to me now. Yes. So you see how we've moved over the years. And that's how every brand should become strong enough. I've seen many people, I can use many stories, where people are now doing things they really want to do. Not because they looked at it as what they will do later in life based on their personal success. They are now making success from the beginning because it's now commitment from everybody. Collaboration is no more attractive. It's commitment that people are now facing. Now, the big brother of commitment is completion. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, what am I trying to say? It is high time that you need to realize that the way you build the brand is the way you will attract all these things I've shared. A strong brand easily will get completion and commitment and collaboration. Weak brands will struggle with cheerleaders and maybe customers. So if somebody is old and the children are beyond your school, you look at them, you just be praying for me. That's the only thing I say to them, because you don't see value beyond that. And someone could say, you know what, Dr. Bimbo, why don't you have a school in Kenya? I said, Kenya. If it was left to Bimbo, Kenya would not be the subject. But now Bimbo has become a brand that is no more Bimbo. Bimbo has become the Bimbo. Are you listening to me? And she doesn't need to know, because it might just be me saying that, wait, oh, I might find success in Bimbo that Bimbo is not looking at. And I'm saying that the reason why we are going to Mauritius is this. People say, hey, I say, no. It's not hidden agenda. I will tell people, I say, this is my agenda. I'm supporting you as a friend, yes. But this is my agenda. Bimbo, my money is in your hand. You know what this is? Not in that sense. You know, I mean, I get it. You get it? I get it. Good. And that way, then people that is committed to me, because our success is actually my success. Are you following what I'm trying to say? Are you listening? Yes. So if I say my goal is to make sure that the next African Union session, I'm going to put Bimbo behind the speaker. She's going to say something. This is the speech you will give. Listen carefully. The reason I'm pushing that trajectory to that point is because I have something that by the time Bimbo shows up, everything that happens after is done deal for me. So Bimbo is no more a person to me, she's a project. Are you listening to me? Yes. Now, everyone needs to understand we are in the business of trading offers. Are you listening to me? Yes. That is why direct learning. Yes, we are trading offers. Can you hear me?
Yes.
That is why direct learning is the traditional school mainstream system. Most of you need to now begin to look at distance learning. A lot of you've left distance learning for universities alone. Are you listening to me? Yes. Is there a law that you cannot do distance learning? No. What is distance learning, by the way? Learning from the... And some people are learning as they teach. Some people are also learning from learning from a distance. That's what distance learning is. Are you listening to me? Do you know that Asians can buy into your school and become students? Are you listening to me? It's especially Asians that their end vision that you've casted for them is to dominate something in Africa. Because Africa is the next destination. For most of you, the only thing you think about is your state of origin, your tribe, where you're from, and your other state in Africa. Do you know some of you could have studied another African country that now become your own school mission? My mission in my school is that Mozambique has an untapped resource and benefit. So we're going to be teaching the students and the people who are outside us in terms of location on the world of Mozambique and what they can do in the future of Mozambique 10, 20, 30, 40 years after. Mozambique now becomes a school case study adopted by your school. So anyone that chooses to import anything around Mozambique or export anything to Mozambique, or do you know that Asians will register? They don't have problem with cash. Neither do they have problem with funding. Are you listening to me? Now, you didn't have any reason to read a coding book before or to do a course or something like with Dr. Bishola before, because you were looking at the construct of your vision. You're saying what you sold to us is nice, but we don't have a pursuit big enough. Now, open the door. If you change your offer, guess what? Some things you shied away from as expensive becomes essential. Did you hear me? Yes. Are you listening to me? Yes. And all of a sudden, guess what happens? Even your recruitment begins to change. Most of you, your 90% recruitment is teachers. You just realize that before now, you start beginning to recruit growth officials, growth experts. Some schools don't know why they need business development experts. They don't know whether they need growth officers. But because your pursuit is changing based on the fact that you are now growing your offer, guess what? The unit and the department that didn't exist before, guess what happens? Talk to me now. It evolves. That is what it means to be visionary. And please, as you think in decades, let me demystify the calendar for you. Just as much as it's not a headache to think of how you will breathe next week. Next week will come if you are alive. So don't make a big deal of evolution of your brand. Because a lot of us are not thinking about it. I don't have the bandwidth to think of the growth of my school. You have the power to create, even if it's just not too fast. A lot of things they turned us in colonial war. It was the fancy of our colonial masters. Do you know? Do you know? So I'm trying to interpret this thing so you understand. Is anybody following or am I lost you? Is it making sense? Now, the first thing is to grow your offer very quickly. As you begin to grow your offer, you grow your options. Yes. You grow your what? Options. Now this is where audacity comes in. I've been training for years, and I discovered the reality. I didn't plan to share this, but let me just share it all the same. So by the grace of God, I've been privileged to raise leaders, coaches, and all that. And I found out that I have to pay attention to bias behavior. I'm sure you know. And then they discover that they need to do ABC. So I was privileged to coach someone that had a project that the coaching ended up getting them about close to $500 million. Right? They got the money, they went to EDS, Enterprise Development School. And they gave the money to Enterprise Development School and said, this project we want to do, help us on what we designed on the table together. Enterprise Development School calls me and said, part of the people that we are doing this project on, please, want to just have a webinar for them. Don't worry, we'll give you data money. He said, what's the data money? 50K. You don't understand? Yes. You midwife the project, you brought about $500 million, almost 500 million. They took it to someone that had the profile pedigree to warehouse the money, to implement a solution they are not privy to. Of course, that's not out of this, but it happens. Then the implementing person now comes back to you, who was part of the origination, and says, just help us talk to the people that walk through this thing, we'll give you 50K. Even the title of that money is not 50K. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Not once, not twice. Or you train somebody and the person comes and says, you know what, I want to go to Lagos Business School. I've heard Dr. Bimbo, I've heard Dr. Bushol, I've heard Dr. Ita and all that. Right? I told Dr. my name, he didn't notice. They are not fast. So they've heard all of us speak. Then I say, you know, I want to pay 14 million naira to LBS. To do what? To do this program. What's the name of the program? The NASA program. The program might have been 0.1 in your slide. And you know end to end that you will charge 14 million to do much more scale. But they are chasing a fantasy of perception. It's not knowledge. I've done something for someone that went to Harvard at that time, 2014. She went to Harvard, she paid 22 million naira. Then they give them assignment, she will call me. I'll be solving assignment. You mentioned something that made me remember that, that's what I'm saying. It's called root cause analysis. And that root cause analysis, we did that in 300 level. One very about. I've always doing root cause analysis. Now the epic guy that root cause. I said, why would you carry 22 million naira? And now come back and all you're telling me is, thank you. No, it doesn't. That's the thing that spoils that friendship. I said, no, not because I'm looking for money, but because you've deliberately told me that when I look at you, when it matters most, you are not considered valuable. And please understand, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. And we need to pay attention to these things in the education space. We do what matters most to us, but it's a reflection of the value that we have. Hope you know. So my commitment to you is as long as I understand I'm valuable to you. I need to understand. And if you are not committed to me, this is the reason why the Lebanese, the Arabs are multi-billionaires and they have it in a second. They have a law, they say keep it in. Are you listening to me? So what it simply means is this: I must know the value. I will not say an opportunity to play. He doesn't need to call me 10 times. It's alright, how are you? Just let's check up on you. You know, God bless you. If I see an opportunity for him, I will tell him. I will call him. The same thing will happen, because that's my commitment to them. If I'm not committed to you, then anything goes. But the people I'm committed to, that's the best thing. Because it's not just because I want them to feel good. Listen, I'm training myself to realize the third part of where I'm going to. When you grow your offer, you move into growing options. And options is where you realize that you change form to function. Because they form, function. It goes together. Because positioning has to do with the form. Are you listening to me? Form and function, form and function, form and function, form and function. We might go to Mauritius now. Let me use Mauritius again since I'm marketing Mauritius. Mauritius, ambassador to Mauritius, ambassador to Mauritius, special envoy to Mauritius. So imagine all that we have planned to go to Mauritius. Sit down now, you spoke, you know, Nollywood just start. So when I take my face away, you ask, what did you say? Now, imagine we go to Mauritius, that's your chance. It means that. Now imagine we go to Mauritius now, and we've presented a package. We've done a lot of things. Let's say 50 people registered. And then we start saying, Nigerians are missing, school leaders are not taking care of themselves. See this wonderful thing. No. It's not a bad thing. It's a proof of concept. What we now need to look at is to say that, do you know that if we go to Mauritius and all we did was to stay at a resort, enjoy ourselves, learn together, share together, grow together, take pictures together, and we didn't say while they were taking pictures of the people, we're going to the head of tourism, we're going with them and say, you know what? We just did an experiment with about 50 people. We want to do business, we want to bring more than 50 people. Our goal is within the next 3 years to bring 50,000 people to Mauritius. Would that be nice? You say yes. Give us a plate. Would that be nice? Yes. Give us a land. Would that be nice? Yes. Let us have a treaty. So while others are taking conference park, or wearing conference kit, or they are doing all those things, we are creating something that has never been done before. That by the time we come back to Nigeria, the first delegation that might meet us might be Minister of State or Minister of Aviation, because we will now go back and meet someone like Elvis and say, you know what will it take us? You know, I've told you before, what will it take us? We want to have periodically signature experience as a treaty. Elvis will not be part of that treaty, or maybe South Africa Airlines, or whatever airline that is ready to go. Right? And then they give us a 5-year deal. Some of the things we pay money for will not pay. We'll just become an agent. From convener to agent. But that agent is not one thing. Are we together? And if we can do it in one place, are you not seeing why I said she will speak at AU? Because there's a movement that they are trying to pass. It's called the movement for free movement for young persons in Africa. It's just for presidents to adopt it. About 3 countries have adopted it. That thing will give us red passport. It's part of the vision of Kwame Nkrumah that says that, you know, Africa, though is a continent, should behave as a country, because that's the only way we can expand. But if we cannot travel around, travel will remain expensive. Do you understand? The biggest hurdle in African tourism for Africa is the fact that it's not opened up, both in terms of flight and in terms of visa barriers. Are you getting what I'm saying? Rwanda ends in 2023 a title called the Conference Capital of Africa, because they just open the doors. Just come in. If you can fly, come in. No visas, no nah. If you don't want to go anywhere, 4 hours away, you're in Rwanda. Kenya has followed suit. Do you understand? East Africa is taking it. The largest is crazy. I was part of a trip that was spent almost $1 million, $986,000. We spent 3 times going to Rwanda in 2023. The money, if it was spent in Nigeria, to the people who spent it on. And that's the one we use the invoice for, not the one of independent people's pocket. And that's just what we were part of. Are you following me? You can never comprehend what more is until you understand how to grow your offer, grow your options, and grow your outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, if we will increase enrollment, whether it's distant learning enrollment, direct learning enrollment, if we increase enrollment, whether it's student enrollment, adult enrollment, whatever kind of enrollment it is, you must understand that you must be prepared to grow your outcomes as well. I'm speaking to a current school in Lagos, and after I had a pre-resumption session with them, the school now called me and said that my school has to be a different school, just like I described, a class beyond first. What do we do? I said there's one market that is open to schools right now. It's the reform market. Schools that decide to reform. Choose a particular portion in it. And then we had some conversation, boom, boom, boom. She said she's in it, she's up, she's ready. And by the time we started designing a pathway for it, it just dawned on her that I've been sitting on gold dust before now. And it wasn't really audacity issue for her. It was just the fact that the outcomes she had always wanted was too small. That even when she brought partners on board, it's like, imagine you are bringing strong people, military people to kill cockroach. You don't need that much effort. So we have to change the script. The market size that you are looking for is not even in the marketplace you are positioned in. Are you listening to me? So you need to suspend being a school owner of that school among schools. So now step into a reality that you first understand. You are first the custodian of outcomes before you are the leader of enterprise. Is the outcome that you want to lead. I will now come back to the enterprise that you must have. That will now make you choose the values you adopt to lead that enterprise. Do you understand? Yes. So technically what it simply means is this. There's a question that you only can answer, and you must start answering it from now. What outcomes do you seek? What outcomes do you want to go into? If you're not ready to grow your outcomes, certain things will not happen to you. My friend here was sharing with me a story when we were in May, right? And he told me the evolution. I've been to their school. I remember the first place I was, by the time he took me there, it was still the same place, but it was no more the same place. They grew their outcomes. Are you listening to me? You need to understand that you are not the person that started the school when you started the school. You have changed. Do you know that? You are fooling yourself to think you are still the same person. That's why your growth is so small. Chika, you have changed. It's the truth. You are a co-convener and convener. It has changed. So don't treat yourself as lead Chika. There's now suffix to lead Chika or the convener. You need to understand that. So if she's going to do this thing next year, it's not going to be higher and better. Yes. The only thing that will not make it higher and better is if Chika stays Chika. Do you understand? Are we together? Yes. So say this after me from today. I will grow my offer.
I will grow my offer.
Not that I will go. I will grow.
I will grow
my offer.
My offer.
I will grow.
I will grow
my options.
My options.
The options has to be many. Has to be many. And some of you need to understand Ebonyi is a perfect state to do some crazy stuff. Tell you. Just remember there's a particular person that created an academy for people who failed WAEC many years ago. He went to Ilorin because accommodation was cheap. He paid for 2 duplexes. He said once your child comes out of the exam hall and is not sure, children know. Most of the time they don't tell you. You know, there are times you write it and you talk to them that this thing is
Don't come up.
you know those kind of. I don't think the feeling I'm having is justifying the success. Am I correct? Once your child feels is between borderline, or you see the result, send them to London. And that guy earned a name of change. He didn't do special center or whatever. All he needs is, as long as you failed, come. So some parents, when they ask their children, how's the exam? They don't worry, they are packing your bag. Or you know there are some children that you don't pass faith. Just do this one. It's the next one that is the real investment. This one is Don the Baptist. It's a 400 exam. Do you understand? They send them, and that guy in 12 weeks, I don't know what he does, but presents them a different person. Without compulsion. The goal is they will sit and write and pass on their terms by themselves.
That's it.
That is an option. It's a school, because he didn't call it so high school. It's a 90-day school. And he made money that school that been in years that had 6 classes altogether. Are you listening to me? And some of you have land, but because you are not thinking how to grow outcomes, you've not even considered options. You pass by some land, you don't even ask. You don't have to buy, hope you know you can lease. You don't have to lease, hope you know you can partner. I remember there was a particular arrangement I had with the local government then. I didn't even remember that there was election cycle, but I left it. And I think I mentioned it in one of the conferences that I attended. I said, I noticed that to bury people was costing so much money. So I had an economy, IGR session, but a local government economy strategy session. And I said, one of the things they can do is local government that has land for burying. Hope you know. Hope you know. I said, hope you know.
Yes.
Know to know. It's local government that is in charge of land to bury.
Cemetery.
You know that?
Yes.
Are there not cemeteries in this state?
Yeah.
Who owns them? You didn't find out. You don't want to know. How would you know? You must know. And I said, what is stopping? Wait, why should educators be buried anyhow? By the way, if a school owner dies today, they bury it with everybody. If a military person dies today, there is military cemetery. Am I correct?
Yes.
Imagine somebody leaves this place and goes to the local government and says, I want to do a private partnership with you. I want to come up with a special, memorable hereafter business. I want to do the business of cemetery. And I want to have a special wait now. I want to have a special this one is the education wing. Wait. Why are you laughing? You see why some of you are not visionary? You see, and you want to change. You have special wing. You now put it. You now do to authors. Just give them votes. You give those conveners. You know, they should just go and general cemetery. I'm sharing with you multi-dollar, maybe $1 billion industry. I'm telling you, educators should not be buried anyhow. And you'll be looking for how do we get friends of friends to tell. You know, this person was impactful. No, there's a structure. So even if you tell people that attended your burial, there's dignity. And do you know how much people pay for general cemetery? Do you know how much people pay? In Lagos, the cheapest is about 400,000, almost 100,000. Did you hear me? Death is expensive. And it's business. In 2011, I consulted for MIC. When we finished their pre-audited account, audited account, you know what they make? that time, 4 billion. Their turnover for the year, 4 billion, 2011. It has grown since then. Ebonyi has grown. Cut a long story short, grow your offer, grow your
Please, we can do better than that. All right. This session was explosive and it was massive. I am actually pitying, if it's a word like that, those who came here without being intentional. You have to be very intentional for it to go home with value, because every single word that each of our keynote speakers is dropping here has a weight it carries. And if you can pick these words and run with it, I tell you that in no distant time, Ebonyi State will become the education capital of Southeast and Nigeria at large. If you believe that, put your hands together for yourselves. Alright, so it has been fire back to back. Let's get entertained. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a dance presentation, and the dance presentation is going to be done by Onwar, actually, my piece. So while she gets ready, oh, games. All right. So while we get right into that, we are going to be awarding the speaker who just spoke to us now. And let's make welcome Engineer Kenechukwu Oko as he comes up to present this award. Please put your hands together for Engineer Kenechukwu Oko. Keep clapping until he comes. Thank you. Are we tired of clapping? Don't you think he's deserving of this award, given the value he just dished out 3 minutes ago?
Thank you so much, Mr. Tayo, for that explosive session. And on behalf of the organizers of education in Ebonyi, we wish to present this to you. Thank you so much.
All right, let's welcome Ms. Chidima for the game session. Let's put your hands together for her. All right. Okay, it's fine.
Hello, educators. Are you happy to be here? Yes. So, I want to specially recognize all the educators, the teachers from Enugu. Yeah, they came all the way from Enugu. Please, can you hear me? You know what? Today has been very emotional for me. When we started, I was literally crying. Yeah. You know why I was crying? Because this particular thing, this conference, this is what we traveled from Ebonyi to Enugu to Lagos to go and have to just attend this. This is an amazing opportunity. So it has been a mix of excitement and tears, you know, seeing the faces that I've been seeing in Enugu and Lagos down here in Ebonyi. For the first time, I'll start cutting. Yes, can they come out? Let's just, you know, I want you guys to see. Please, it's a lot. Please, it's a lot. It's a lot. Please. You're welcome. You're welcome. All the way from London back. You're welcome. So some of them came with their teachers. Please, they should. Yeah. Can we move back? Chica, join us. Okay, some of the teachers, please come and join us. Yay! Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. It's not supposed to be both of them, so I'm so happy. Okay. There are some others from Anambra State. Please, can we have please, bring all the way to Anambra State. Please. back. Please, can you come up? Please, can you come up all the way from Cross River? Father, you're welcome. Please, I want to take a short picture. So he came down all the way from Cross River. Father, you're welcome. You're welcome, sir. So please, and this is happening in this our headquarters. So please, this time is for the dance section, not dance presentation. Can we all be on our feet so that we're going to add a little energy to the house? We've learned and we are still learning. So please be on your feet so that we can shake our body a little. Yes, all learning is fun. Right? Am I right? Yes. So please, we're going to shake our body. So if you know this song, you can, you must not know how to dance, but we are going to dance. So everybody must be on their feet. Can we all be on our feet? Educate us. Why the big face and the straight face? Please. Okay, the DJ. The DJ, please. Oh, this is not the dance. You can join my dance step. You don't have any. You don't have any. Join me. Are you dancing? Some of you are not dancing. Something great is happening there on the stage. Some people at the back are not dancing. And it's the energy vibe.
All right, thank you very much. I hope we enjoyed ourselves. Are we tired? You can't be tired. It's just 2 p.m. All right, we still have a lot in store for you. So I know we all have our foods, our packages with us, so you can have this time to yourselves, eat and enjoy yourselves, while we have a few talks, a few pitches from different groups. So we want to welcome Green Zone. Green Zone is a storytelling club, and they're going to tell us more about themselves, and they're going to pitch the idea they've come to this event with. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Miss Ike Obo-Pauline as she comes up to tell us more about Green Zone. Let's put our hands together for her as we welcome her and the Green Zone team.
Good afternoon, educators. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I feel actually very nostalgic standing here this afternoon. And, being in this event is like, please, bring some people, bring up the books. It's like a dream come true. Honestly, the first time we attended Southeast Educators Conference in Enugu, it was an eye-opening event. It was already like high time that, yes, educators began to speak about themselves. And for me being in that meeting, it was transformational. And I'm happy that we are having something like that in Ebonyi State today. And I give it up to Mrs. Chika, who has always been a visionary, and of course the team. So, this afternoon I'm standing before us on behalf of Green Zone Young Authors Club. We partner with schools because we believe that our vision is to raise young authors. And part of all that we've been learning today is vision, creativity, problem solving, critical thinking. And over the years, Green Zone actually started 4 years ago with the idea to produce story materials that children can learn and read that would help them to shape their thinking, improve their literacy. I teach, I'm a university lecturer. Though I also run an NGO that helps to empower teachers, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. So I get to teach 500 level students, and I find out that you are lecturing and they are not understanding because of what? Spellings. We do what we call spontaneous writing challenges in schools. And I was giving feedback to some school owners. When you run this spontaneous writing challenge, you now go back and call your English teacher to find out really if she's teaching the children. Because you find out that just give them, say, okay, write me a story. 100 words, 200 words. The spelling mistakes that will be in that story, in that writing, will be like 50%, 80%. So, one of the things that storybooks help children to do is it shapes thinking and values. It builds imagination and creativity. They develop language and literacy. They preserve culture and identity, and it helps to heal and inspire. And stories are like mirrors, windows, and doors. It's not all the time about academics. Academics is very important, but we must intersperse it with storybooks that children can read and enjoy and be able to envision the world. And we are intentional about the sort of stories that we craft. The stories that children will finish reading, it will inspire them to become better better students. Like if you have a child who is struggling with mathematics, this book was written by Cherish. Cherish just graduated from, Providence High School in Enugu, and she will soon be an undergraduate. in the Ebonyi State University, in the medical school. Now, any child who is struggling with mathematics, just let the child read this story. And even teachers, I tell you the truth, our stories are intentional. Many schools who are partnering with us, Hope High British International School, they read, in fact, they make all our books, every term, they buy books from us. All the children read it. This is not like, so, and of course, White Cloud schools. So, these are stories that are intentionally written to influence the thought pattern of children, to influence and shape the values of the children. Then I want to speak about this, Dora and the Midnight Candle. This is a story about a child who is performing so badly in the class, in school, and the influence of one child. Honestly speaking, when my daughter was in medical school somewhere, she said, just one child that came to the hostel, every child, year one, people started smoking. Igbo. So a child can influence, depending on how influential that child is. So if you are able to make children to read materials like this, I tell you, even me as an adult, this was written by Ololade Daniel. He's one of our medical doctors in our hospital, the daughter. She attends Bright Heart School in Abuja. So any child can join from anywhere. If you want to become your child to register and be a young author, they can join. The children will have opportunity to talk to you and see how this has shaped them. For these ones, they are not masters. We are not talking about writing with AI. Writing with AI is different because you can just prompt AI to write for you. But we are grooming these children to write on their own because there is a place where you bring your work and it will be flawed because you use AI. There are competitions that you can enter if you have written with AI, right? Yeah, yes, we are preaching AI, but we cannot drop our brain for AI. We still must also use the creativity that God has given to us and bring out things. So, I'm encouraging school leaders, school owners to partner with us and to know that this is one key area in education. We grew up reading storybooks. It's used for entertainment and relaxation for children, and they learn a lot because this is intentionally created for children to learn new words. Right now, we are doing a project. We call it Round African Trip with Mrs. Kwame. I was just telling Mrs. Chika, during the holiday, her children are members of the club. From next year, by God's grace, we are taking children around Africa because we are focusing on Africa. We are writing a story, so we'll start from Ghana, Kenya, all the writers who are in the hub. We are taking them around those places so that they can learn about the continent. Our continent must emerge. We cannot all keep going to America, Canada, and all those places. We have exciting and interesting places in our continent, and we are emerging. And storytelling is a powerful way that we can bring about the values, the language, the culture of the people. And our children will begin to learn. I must tell you something, teachers, educators, and school owners here. During the summer class that we had, I asked, when we were trying to introduce this trip, story trip, I asked the children in those classes, the capital of African countries, they didn't know it. I think if you go back, you can do this experiment. They don't know. Our children don't know about Africa. So we want our children to learn about Africa. So we started this story project. So Green Zone is about empowering children to think creatively, to innovate, to create stories and books. These are our next Chimamandas, as far as I'm concerned. These are the next Chino Achebes, as far as I'm concerned. When I see them, I see Chimamanda, I see Chino Achebe, and I tell you the truth, we are planning a conference where Chimamanda will be in the midst of these children, encouraging them. So I want to give them opportunity to also speak for themselves too. All right, Cherish.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon everyone. I'm Cherish Edogo. I'm 16 years old and I just completed my secondary education from Providence High School. I'm an author of 2 books, Math Guru, Inclusive. I'm a very proud member of Green Zone Creative Writers, which aims at helping young people to express their creativity through writing, poetry, and inspiring others through ideas. And Green Zone has helped me to grow in my writing skills, and they're also teaching me that my words can make a difference. The Math Guru is about a young girl, Kayla James. She found maths very difficult and boring and confusing. Her and math, she felt that she and maths could never get along. But through hard work, perseverance, and right guidance, she became a great math champion. So math is a subject I love very much. It's my favorite subject. And writing this book helps me to express my love of math, because math isn't just about numbers. It helps us to relate to real world problems. Math teaches us patience, it teaches us logic, it teaches us creativity. So I'm very grateful to Green Zone Creative Writers for giving me this project of writing. The Math Guru is for everyone, that is a proof to everyone that determination and the right guidance can help us achieve something great. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody. I hope I'm having a good day. My name is Ujai Koko. I'm 14 years old. I'm in SS2. I'm a student of Mobile British International School. I wrote the book Amina and the Bandits. I am an author of 3 books, including Amina and the Bandits. I am a member of Green Zone Creative Writers World, and Green Zone Creative Writers World main aims to help children develop their full potential, bring out the creative abilities in them. I help them to be able to turn ideas into stories, and stories into help them to turn ideas into stories, and help them to make it into real life or real world experiences. And what came about the book Amina and the Bandit was really about the insecurities, the banditry going on in the north part of Nigeria. This novel was basically about the girl Amina who was facing challenges in her country or her state because of banditry, because she could not really go to school safely because banditry was it was everywhere, it was insecure, and then she was able to use her words and her ability to talk, to create ideas in order to help save her country, her state, in order to help bring revolution, bring peace and security back to her together. Thank you. Let's give us a round of applause. Okay, so as we round up, we are going to be sharing flyers with everyone. We are launching out a project. Apart from the story writing project, we are also launching out harvesting primary school children. I have a daughter who is 8 years old, and just listening to me teaching creative writing, and like our last speaker said, I have children from UK, I have children from Canada. It's not just these people you are seeing here, they are just here in Nigeria, in Abakaliki. I have children from Lagos, Port Harcourt, Enugu, who are members of the hub, and I have children in Scotland, I have children in who we train. So because we do online, coaching, and then we do physical for people who are in Ebonyi here. Just listening, she started writing her story, her own story at 7. So we are looking at harvesting stories for schools. All right, so we can work with your school. It's going around. If you are interested, you call me. We can work with your school and produce stories. We do short stories, get it together, publish it. The one we did at Hope High British International School, parents were so excited because the project we ran, and parents were so proud. They will come and say, my child participated in that, my child is an author. It's also a unique selling proposition for your school. We could also help you to use it as an USP that you could use and sell your school. All right, just as it's also developing the mindset of the children, the fulfillment that this is their product. I also want us to look at the business aspect of it. When we had the book launch, because we usually do yearly book launches. When we finish each project, we'll launch the book. The children make a lot of money from launching the book. Last year, we had people that made like 1 million, 1.5. Their parents were so excited. People came, uncles, you wrote a book? Can you imagine a child writing a book? They will send money like that. And then some of them have invested that money into other parts of their life. And some children actually use this to pay their school fees. The sales in book, because it also has a business aspect. Apart from that, you are reading it. As you are buying it, this book belongs to the children. The money goes back to the children. And the children, their parents use it to pay their school fees. Like this one, she's my daughter. She's just a goal of doing 10 books. Her book sells. In fact, one day we were going together in the market. A woman saw her and said, "No, I need to buy your book. I learned that you wrote a book." Right there and then, the woman gave her money and bought the book. So I want to encourage every school leader here, every school owner here. We are open to partnership. And we are open to working with you. If you open your doors to us, and then we'll work together and launch out this in your school too. Thank you so much, and God bless you for giving us the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Green Zone, for what you do in the lives of young children who are in Ebonyi State and beyond. This is also time for us to welcome another group of persons. You're having your break, you're having your lunch, so we just want to entertain as many people as possible to come and pitch their businesses, their clubs, their hubs, and what they do to us. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome Palisades Tech. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but yeah, let's put our hands together for them as they come to tell us what they've got for us this afternoon. I know your hands are busy, but please put them together for him.
Good day, everyone. Thank you very much for the introduction. It's not Palisades, it's Palisades. Palisades Tech. So good day, everyone. I am Isaac Godwin. I'm from Palisades Tech. So we are here to introduce or discuss the problems school faces and their solution. Would you like to know the problems school faces? Okay. Number one is the attendance. You know, if you agree with me, the teachers or students' attendance can sometimes be a hectic or a huge record-keeping way of keeping attendance. Well, it can be a hassle. We Palisades, we have identified the problem and we have identified the solution too. Teachers can come, maybe a teacher will come by 8:45. But because of the last person that wrote attendance came by 7:30, the teacher can decide to write that she came by 7:31 or 7:31.5, which can be a problem in this school management. Because now, if you want to, those people that came earlier will now be recorded as put in the same group as people that also came late. So this can be a problem. So by the we finished seeing all this. We said no, let us create something that can also monitor when a teacher comes to school and when he clocks out of the office. Same thing about students too. We can also keep track of students' results, students' attendance. This is by when a student comes to school, the teacher can just scan his QR code, which will be on his ID card. This QR code is unique to every student and every teacher too. And admin can be at the gate or at the office. Once the teacher comes, instead of the normal, you write your attendance, you lie about where you go, you can just come, you scan your results, you scan your ID card, and the attendance will clock in automatically. The time you came, and also when you are going, the same thing where you are going, it will also clock you out. It can work as a mini CCTV camera without the cost of buying a CCTV camera. So what is the next point and what is the next problem school faces? The next problem is the correlation of school records. You can agree with me that keeping records of students, when students pay their school fees, their classwork, their student assignments, can be a huge work. That is a problem, right? We have found a software that can make it every student's work or students' subjects of the term they are doing can be recorded in the students' portal which students can access from anywhere they are. So this can be easy and this can be good too, because now we will not have a situation where students can complain, the assignment gave me last time, I forgot it, or I did not do it because I did not know where I get the assignment again. So this can solve that problem. And the last but not the least, we have the result. Yes, some of us already know about the result. This is the one that is most popular. The result is the making of the hardware old-fashioned results to be online, which is popular amongst us now. So now, how is our whole unique, you may ask? Unlike the normal scratch card that some school platforms give, we don't give the scratch card, we give what we call an ID card. This ID card is unique to each student, and this ID card can help you to have the login details for each student, which will help the students to be able to log in and access all of this information and more, live classes and many more that I may have not mentioned here, but it will help them to be able to access them without the need of maybe going using an old-fashioned way you already know. So what are we trying to say here? We're trying to say that everything is going digital, so we should follow it, we should follow the trend, right? We shouldn't just stay on the old-fashioned way of the book keeping, which can be, it's a lot of work because I've once worked in a school. So we can follow this way, and we can change all our initiatives to the platform which I'm talking about, which is by step. One more thing before I forget. We know that WAEC, NECO, and JAM is now CBT, right? So we sat down, we thought, why must you go to a CBT center to write your CBT exam? We said, okay, let's program something unique. Yes, you can write your CBT exams the normal way. You can, our platform have the way that students can come to the school and write the CBT exams. Or you can write it at home by the login details each school will give their students. How is it unique again? We don't only make it that you must have an exam. Maybe you are preparing for WAEC before you can write this exam. You understand me? You can write the exam anytime you want. This is if you feel like you have an exam coming, maybe not WAEC only. We have a platform. In our platform we have a section where students can also write their exams in a much more interactive way. They can compete with other students that are online at the moment in the platform. They can compete with them. They can do this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in the platform. They can use 50-50. I don't know whether you guys know what 50-50 is. They can use 50-50. They can use just something that is interactive. You understand me? So it's not only going to be more like a CBT platform. We have this feature of making it interactive with students. And also, one more thing is that the CBT platform is free. The school management platform is also free. We're going to give it free for one full term for any school that's interested, so that you can test it. So hope this is entering our heads, right? So now, my team members, they are sharing the flyer. I don't know if you have gotten your own by now. So you can scan the QR code on the flyer, which will take you to the website, and you can start. Or you can meet me at the back immediately after this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You can always take advantage of every advert or pitch that you hear today, because just reaching out to these people could be just that thing that you need to transform your school. We have another pitch coming up from Wildy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Wildy to come up to the stage and pitch themselves to us. Put your hands together for Wildy.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Please, let's celebrate Mrs. Chika for the job well done. Please, let's celebrate. This is the first of this kind I'm attending the academic. So I don't know how often it has been here. Okay. Please, where's the media guy?
We can presume we don't produce.
Okay, before the media guy, I wish he was here presenting some things to display for us. But while they are doing that, what is working? What is working? One is a smart lock, something like this that is coming.
Okay, that means I think I wanted to buy smart.
Please, can you work on the volume?
Like you can actually be writing, like a tablet sort of. You can use my connects. You can also connect devices, any other gadgets with it.
Please, can you just become a little bit?
The different thing and distribution is that it has screen in it. As you have touch now, you can download like that and all. If it's a smart TV, you can actually use your finger, do all those apps or that scratch for program.
Please, can you work on it? Can you now? Okay. This is what our is all about. Is a smart class. We thought of how we can modify education, how we can make education digital, and then we came up with making our classes smart. Making our classes smart and giving us something like this. I'll just go straight to a few points and tell you why you need to go here out there meeting in person. And then what is what is this board where you can make use of your Android in the classroom, you can make use of this to write your notes. And while you're making your notes in the classroom, there's a camera you can feel free to make recordings in the classroom. Okay? That's the camera, they can record the class. Maybe you have an absent child or an absent pupil in the class. The child can play just to understand, maybe let's say respiratory reproduction for instance. Have games that a child reproduction for instance. Have games that a child can play to be able to understand because they have this. So everything they are doing there can be done with this. Can you hear me now? And then what I get often from people is, children, they can play on the screen does not break. Anything that punctures the screen is a deliberate act. And you have to puncture a particular spot for a while before it breaks. So it is built with intentions to make it last in the classroom. Okay? So, and then, like I said, apparently is just like there's so much. You can write with your hand. You can write with your hand. Next time I want to go to photos must have been back. You cannot teach you. And when you back, we don't teach you how to operate it.
I'll give you this one with my class.
In Alibu. What's up, Madam Chong now? Okay, please, and like I was saying now, so this is where education is moving now. And don't worry, you can talk to me about that. Okay, so this is what we are going to, and the sweetest part of this is that it makes technology in education easy for both the teacher and the student. That's the sweetest part of it. So no need of any children keep phone. No, you not teach them how to use it. And I was just watching this and I said coding and you teach them this thing.
Without this,
understand how to operate
or they will be using tablet.
So then, I sent you a video now. I sent you a video and then them to watch the video. So they're not think I'm your guy, so that wants to shoot them. Okay, so this is just a 3 minutes video and then okay, so that's just basically it, and that video is only just 3 minutes. and I wish that they can just show me. Simon, I will not leave you until they pay that
That was where I used to my first. It's just like normal Android, just like phone. You don't understand. The only difference is that it's not like how will I say? It's not something you can just carry about. But it's kind of trying to replace. Before board was more or less like a blackboard that you rub charcoal, then move to whiteboard, then from now white marker board to is what's that? School name. For which
Okay, last thing, as I was trying to say, the importance of this because we are running a competition. You have about almost all the schools in Enugu are buying. Can you hear me now? Almost all the schools in Enugu are buying. And UPE has inducted the board. Wow. And just today, we sent 20 to Oka. Today, 20 is coming in from the federal government as a donation to the state government. And then by next week, we will do this donation to the schools that is being sent to. So it simply means that private school owners are already in serious competition with government schools. So but let's leave all those ones for now. So I just wish that you can just show so you can see a few things that we have done in Enugu State, just a few schools. Okay, so please forgive me, I don't want you to watch that short video from my voice.
That's so good. Backward.
I'll send a video that's supposed to be played, and now so that because of time, I can run the program. So let me leave this stage so they can go. When they are done, okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Walby. We want to welcome Speller Hub. Speller Hub, are you here? We want to welcome Speller Hub to pitch themselves to us. Remember, we are just relaxing, so we are giving all of us enough time to have our lunch, then we can get back to what we have, and in no distant time we'll be done.